Today, Megyn Kelly pretty much came out and said that trafficking isn't so bad if it's a 15-year-old, as long as it's not a 5-year-old. So let's watch him react to this.
From the start, years and years ago, that Jeffrey Epstein, in this person's view, was not a pedophile. This is this person's view, who was there for a lot of this, but that he was into the barely legal type. Like he liked 15-year-old girls. And I realize this is disgusting. I'm definitely not trying to make an excuse for this. I'm just giving you facts. That he wasn't into like 8-year-olds, but he liked the very young teen types that could pass for even younger than they were, but would look legal to a passerby. And that is what I believed, and that was what I reliably was told for many years. And it wasn't until we heard from Pam Bondi that they had tens of thousands of videos of alleged, forgive me, they used to call it kiddie porn. Now they call it child sexual abuse material on his computer, that for the first time I thought, oh no, he was an actual pedophile. I mean, only a pedophile gets off on young children abuse videos. She's never clarified it. I don't know whether it's true. I have to be honest. I don't really trust Pam Bondi's word on the Epstein matters anymore. Yeah. So
What's all the laughter about? I don't know about you, but I don't find this a very funny subject. But for some reason, Megyn and her guest are just throughout this segment just break into laughter so often.
I don't know what's true about him, but we have yet to see anybody come forward and say, I was I was under 10. I was under 14 when I first came within his purview. Look, you can say that's a distinction without a difference.
No, it's not.
I think there is a difference. Yeah. There's a difference between a 15-year-old and a 5-year-old.
Yeah. Megyn Kelly is talking about this as if pedophilia is a tiered scale, that some pedophiles are better than others and some are worse. And that's just not the case. If you're a pedophile, you are the worst type of human that can walk on this planet. There's no difference if it's a 5-year-old or a 15-year-old. It's still pedophilia if the person who is abusing that person is an adult. I feel like Megyn Kelly would have a very different point of view if this was her 15-year-old daughter, her daughter who at age 15 or 16 was being groomed and assaulted by an adult man who was then passing her off to his famous friends. I feel like Megyn Kelly would feel a little bit different about that, but for some reason when it's the general public, women she doesn't know, well, it's not really that bad, is it? Because, you know, they were 15 or 16. That is underage.
Jeffrey Epstein would prey upon women when they were underage, true and disgusting and horrible. And then the lawyer said, and when they came of age and he was no longer interested in them, he would then pass them on. So there was no pedophilia ring. There was a pedophile who did unspeakable things to vulnerable girls, and then they would age out of Jeffrey Epstein's pedophilic interests, at which point he would then start to pass them around to his friends, meaning that there were not actual crimes committed by anybody beyond. There's no pedophile ring.
Most of us understand this, but for those who don't, trafficking a 15-year-old child is a crime. It's called sex trafficking. Doesn't matter if in your brain you think it's not so bad because they're not 5 or 8. It's still pedophilia and still trafficking. And even if Jeffrey Epstein did pass those women off, those, teenage girls off when they just hit 18 or even say on their 18th birthday, guess what? It's still a crime. It's still trafficking. I don't know why. Well, I do. I understand that Megyn Kelly's having trouble just coming out and saying the real facts because she doesn't want to say anything that might incriminate Trump. And this has been a common thing that I've watched. I've followed Megyn Kelly for years. I don't follow her anymore, but having followed her for years, I've seen a change in her attitudes and growing lack of empathy since becoming ride or die for Trump. And it's just disgusting.